Hey everybody, happy Motivational Monday! So, this is definitely going to be one of those videos where some of you totally get what I'm talking about and some of you don't, and that's totally fine. Maybe those of you that get it can explain it to the ones that don't, but hopefully I'll do a good job of explaining this. So I'm all about metaphors, and correct me please if I use that term incorrectly, but I'm all about comparing something in our real life to setting goals and reaching goals. So the other day I was doing laundry and I was folding this, literally our couch was covered, and I was folding laundry and I found myself like, I would get all the big things out of the pile, right? Like t-shirts and towels, and I'm telling you, this is all of our laundry in one pile. Maybe like a sheet. Like I was pulling all the things out of the pile that made the pile drop like so much, right? So like if you pull a towel out of it, that whole pile drops like so much. And then I was avoiding those things like socks or underwear or whatever, things that would barely even budge the pile. And if not, or if at all, they would barely move it. And so what I found was that at the end of the pile, I was left with a crap ton of socks and a crap ton of underwear and all the little things that I hate folding because they're so tiny. And especially when it's Hannah's clothes, goodness gracious, her socks are like this big. So I thought, well, isn't that so interesting? Because I feel like when we set goals, there's so many steps towards our goal, and some steps are super huge and some steps are very small, and I think it's far more rewarding to check off those really big steps, right? Those steps that really drop that pile down, and it's way less rewarding and far more frustrating and difficult to do those tiny tasks that barely move the needle, right? So it was like a reminder. I get those daily weird reminders because I think that way. When we are reaching for our goals, we need to be pacing ourselves in a way that gets both the small and the large tasks done. Because if you think about it, all right, I'm doing laundry, I'm folding my laundry, and let's say I fold all the towels in the laundry. Am I done? No. All right, so I fold the towels and the shirts because those are pretty big too. Am I done? No. Okay, the towels and the shirts, you get my point. You're not done until all of it is done. And again, this is just a comparison, a real life comparison, but when you get down to the bottom of it, like when you are trying to reach your goal and you do all those really big tasks that feel like amazing to check off, and then you leave yourself with all the little tiny nitty gritty ones that no one wants to do at the end of that pile, what's going to happen? Are you going to get to all those irritating tiny tasks and be like, yes, I'm so glad I still have all of that crap to do? No. You're going to be like, why did I leave this for last? Why did I leave all the freaking socks for last? Why didn't I do them before all the big things? Why didn't I get this done throughout the experience of reaching this goal? And of course you are reaching for far greater goals than getting your laundry done, even though that is one of them, right? I hope every week you're shooting for that goal. But I feel like we can almost compare it to anything, and I like to use something broad because we're all so unique and going for such different things, and I find that just so incredible. So I want to kind of compare it to maybe some more applicable things for some of you that I've completely lost along the way. So for example, if you're building a business, right, there are things that are really fun about building a business, and for everyone it's different. Like, so for me, I really like connecting with people. For me, I actually like creating the product, and I can see that a product is ready for somebody, and like watching my network grow, and those types of things. Those are big items for me. They are fun to do. They make a huge impact because if you don't have the product, you can't even start a business. If you don't have the people, there's nowhere to go with your business, right? So those are those big things. And then there are the nitty gritty things, right? Like getting the right bank accounts and making sure you're taking out your taxes. And then there's getting an email so people can email you for your business. And then there's, I don't know, all those little tiny things that come into it. And you just don't want to leave all of those tiny tasks until the end. If you do all of the fun stuff and then you get to the end and you have all the tiny crap that you don't like doing, you are going to get discouraged. You're going to get frustrated. Maybe you'll stop completely because you'll be like, well, I hate that stuff, so I'll put off till tomorrow. And tomorrow never comes, friends. Tomorrow never comes. Every time you say, I'll do that tomorrow, you are flaking on yourself. And John and I were actually talking about this. So every time you say, oh, I'll do that tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow. It's no big deal. I don't really want to do it today. I did all those really big fun tasks today and I made huge dents in my laundry pile. I'm just going to do that small stuff tomorrow. I'll fold the socks tomorrow. And then the socks will sit on your couch until you do the next round of laundry. Or until you run out and you don't have any freaking socks and they're just sitting on your couch because you refuse to fold them because they didn't make as big of a dent. The reality of it is it needs to be done. So let's talk about another goal. We talked about building a business. What about losing weight? Okay, so it feels really awesome when pounds drop quickly or whatever, right? But there are going to be things you can do. I hope I don't offend anyone who's on a weight loss journey, but okay, so you can change your diet rapidly, right? But then there are other little things you honestly need to be doing. You need to be improving your diet so that it's lifetime. You need to be drinking the water. You need to be exercising every day, or maybe pushing yourself that little tiny bit more. And maybe you're like, all right, well, 5 more minutes of jogging sucks and I don't want to do that, so I'll just do it later. And that's not going to happen. But that little bit of exercise, even if it felt like something tiny, is going to accumulate over time to help you reach your goal. It needs to be done, okay? There are so many areas in our life where this can be applied, but yes. Oh my gosh, I need to turn comments off because you guys are awesome, but I'm like, I can't not read them. But anyway, so you need to be spreading out those tasks. You need to. I'm actually gonna make that. Okay, anyway. So again, because I always repeat myself, just in case for those of you that are just tuning in, or those of you that are like, I don't understand what she's saying. I'll say it again, just in case somehow it gets in there. So, when you are metaphorically folding laundry, right? You have a laundry pile, and picture that as your goal. You have this, ours was our entire couch, of this obnoxious pile of laundry, right? And that is your goal. Okay, and in that pile, you have the big rewarding tasks that check off huge areas in your goal. So that might be in your laundry, that's your towels and your sheets and maybe your jeans or your shirts or something. And in your goals, that can be the big things like having a product for your business, having that prepared. Or in weight loss, it can be, guys, in weight loss, it can be the big tasks. Like when you reach those weight loss goals, right? Like when you drop the 10 pounds, when you whatever. It's those really big things. But along the way, there are those smaller tasks, okay? There are the socks and the washcloths, or I'm trying to avoid saying underwear, but underwear. There's all the smaller things that don't feel like they move your pile down at all. But again, the reality of it is, if you don't fold each item of your laundry, it will never get done, okay? And it's the same with your goals. If you aren't tackling those tiny sucky tasks that you don't feel like doing because you don't feel like they're moving, should it go this way? Moving the needle far enough, you're still not going to reach your freaking goal. You're not going to. That's just the reality. Okay? I can't wait to read these comments later. I'm covering them, literally covering them. Anyway, you need to spread it out. You need to pace yourself. You need to do the crappy tasks that feel like they aren't getting you anywhere, and then maybe reward yourself with a big one. Okay? Spread it out. Figure out what works best for you, because all of our goals are so different and all the steps we need to take to reach them are so different. But don't leave yourself with a pile of socks, okay? That accumulates until tomorrow and tomorrow's tomorrow and tomorrow's tomorrow and tomorrow's tomorrow, because tomorrow never comes. Just do what you need to do when you need to do it, plan appropriately, and then at the end, you'll reach your goal. You won't be left with a pile of stuff you don't feel like doing. You won't be left with all the things that you procrastinated on, and then you're going to give up. Because when you get to all the small items, when you get to the pile of socks at the bottom of your laundry pile, who wants to sit there and do that? Maybe some of you, but not many of us. We need some variety, and we need to intermix the big tasks and the little tasks. So, my whole point is, don't leave yourself with all those tiny things that you don't want to do for last. Don't put them off. Don't procrastinate. Don't tell yourself tomorrow. Just do it. Figure out everything that needs to be done for your goal and mix it up. If there is a task you hate doing, do it now. Then do the one you don't hate as much after it's done. And it'll be far more rewarding, because then at the end of the day, guess what? You're done. You aren't leaving yourself when you have no energy and you're so ready for bed. You're not leaving yourself with all this stuff you never wanted to do in the first place. All the things that make you second guess your goal. All the things that make you think, like, why the heck did I put myself through this? Why did I set this goal? I'm just not going to do it because these little things suck. Don't do that to yourself, okay? So anyway, for those of you that stuck with me, thank you. For those of you that didn't, that's totally fine. You wouldn't be seeing this. If there's someone that needs to hear this, please tag them in here. Send them the video. I post all of them on my YouTube channel. I'm Emily Frenauer Mackenzie on pretty much everything. I'm the only one on the planet. Thank you for giving me a part of your Monday. If you have not watched my videos before, or even just as a reminder, if you have, I believe you can have and be and do anything in your life. You just need to freaking do it, okay? So if you need to watch these videos every week, go for it. I've been doing them for a while, so there are a lot of videos to watch. If there is something that you are really struggling with, if there's a part of your goal, or even the entire goal in general that you are struggling with, let me know. And I am more than happy to either help you or, well, as much as I can. I'm not like, whatever. I'm just me. But I'm more than happy to help you. I don't care what your goals are. And more than that, it will probably help someone else. So maybe it would be the topic of my next Motivational Monday. All right. Thank you for giving me a part of your Monday. Tag your friends. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what I could talk about next week to help you. Reach out. Thank you. You are amazing. I'll see you next time.